Hey guys, I'm Boot. We're in New Jersey, and today is day 180 of my weight loss journey. So, interesting developments this week. Very interesting developments. After last week's loss of, getting down to 369, I had a lapse and I just ate some crap that I really shouldn't have eaten this week, and it is what it is. I just have to friggin' do my exercises and get back on the train. This week with the heat coming up to, in the 90s here, it's been really friggin' hot. And I'm used to the, 60s and 70s here. And all of a sudden it jumped up to the 90s, and I couldn't get out of my van to do my exercises because it was so friggin' hot. Not that I didn't have the time, I was just dying, and my air conditioning in my work van, it's very intermittent. It works when I'm driving, but not when I'm in, a stationary place. So, and if I shut the van off, then I lose all AC, and it's just hot air blowing. So it is what it is. But I'm not even going to make excuses. It's about me. I fucked up this week. I got too hot. I didn't want to do my exercises, and I gained 3 fucking pounds back. So now I'm sitting at about 371, which is where I was the week before. It just is what it is. I gotta really pay attention to what I'm doing. I gotta stop, with the excuses for the exercises and whatnot. But I did have a very good conversation with some people this week. Last week I drive, people to doctor's offices and different appointments with dialysis and stuff like that. That's what I do for a living. And one of my patients, he was really friggin' awesome. I drove him somewhere last week, and we had a good conversation, everything. He was telling me his son is a bigger dude, is looking into getting some kind of gastric surgery, and, wanted to know some of my opinions on it. And of course, I'm happy to talk about it, because, like I said, it's a lifestyle change, and it takes so much of your life up, the thought of it, and the way everything works, and your body mechanics and everything. So we had, a good couple hours of conversation over it. And, with my success being as big as I am, I didn't realize, how somebody who is a lot smaller, feels, who has to get the surgery, and they're like 300 pounds. One of my friends last week, this weekend we were talking, and she lost, I think like 60 or between 60 and 80 pounds. I don't remember. I lose track of day to day, like little facts or whatever, but it happens. But she is at a really good weight. Like, she looks good, and, I don't think she's unhappy with it. She's been doing really well. She's got some issues she's working through, but I mean, ultimately, she's done really well for herself over the last, few months since she's had her surgery. And I mean, at the same time, I've done really well considering I've dropped almost 200 pounds. You know what I mean? 180, well, now it's 183, something like that, 183, 184, something like that. And I mean, that's a lot of friggin' weight. That's like a person, you know what I mean? That is a person. And I still have another person or so to lose, almost another person, maybe a skinny guy. But, when you're big, when you're really big, you lose a lot more weight. And, so if you're, getting into the surgery and you don't see that huge loss, you know what I mean? You'll lose a lot at first, don't get me wrong. But when you don't see a huge loss at first, don't get discouraged, because it takes time. It takes time, and it takes the effort you have to put in and the sacrifices you have to make and all that I've talked about before. But I met the guy the other day, and he's 30 years old, and I think he said he's at 360 something, 367 or something like that. And I was like, yeah, dude, it's totally worth it. Like, totally worth it. For all the bullshit you put up with and everything else, it's totally worth it. And he is now a subscriber to the channel. I'm friends with him on Facebook. I'm expecting, for him to have tons of questions, which is great. And I'm just really, really happy to see, somebody else, where, he, like, him and I are almost the same weight, And I have a ways to go, but he has a little bit to go. You know, that beginning initial weight loss will really be beneficial for him. So I just want to give you a shout out, Matt. Thank you for like getting in touch with me about this, you know, talking to me about this, and you know, reaching out on Facebook and stuff. And I really, really hope you decide to go through with this. I went through statewide bariatrics at Southern Ocean County Hospital in Manahawkin, and those guys over there really know what they're doing. I mean, the doctor was pretty young. I think he's in his like 30s or 40s, and he is just really smart, really active too. You can tell from the way he is. He lives a very like active type of lifestyle. But he is the nicest like guy, unless you just cut straight through the bullshit with him and just tell him like this is how the fuck it is and blah blah blah. Like he's really cool with it. So, and that's one of the things that I really liked about him to begin with, because he was very open, very honest, and very straightforward with me. Because a lot of doctors like to sugarcoat and bullshit their way through, and I can't stand that shit. So yeah, updates this week. I ate at a diner, which was friggin' different. I went to, we took a friend of ours home from work last night, and, before we took her home, we went to the diner. We took, my girlfriend and I, we took her son, and he was amazingly well behaved, which was excellent because he's autistic with ADHD and so, and whatever. And he can be quite the handful. But he was a perfect gentleman last night. It was amazing to see, getting him out of his environment and seeing him in a totally different setting. It was very nice for both her and I to see him that well behaved. And we were really, just giving him praise left and right because of it. And that made him feel really good. So, and I really liked that. Anyways, so I had ordered a chicken cordon bleu, which is one of my favorite things in the whole entire world from anywhere. And I ordered chicken cordon bleu, and it came with two sides or whatever. One was a zucchini that was boiled or cooked in a tomato like a sauce, but not in tomato sauce, kind of like a stew. They were like stewed zucchini. And they were very good. I did try a little bit of it, but it came with salad, it came with soup, it came with, dessert and the whole nine. And so ultimately I was, overwhelmed with food. And so I ate a little bit of my salad. I put a little red wine vinegar on it, and I ate some of the salad. It was mostly beets that I ate, and, a little bit of cucumber, and there were 2 or 3 cherry tomatoes, and I ate those. And I'm learning that I'm having trouble digesting lettuce, because I did eat a little bit of lettuce, just a little bit. And when I went for my morning constitutional, it was salad still. But nevertheless, after that, I had a little bit of gumbo, which it wasn't bad. I'd never really had gumbo before. Excuse me, I'm going to light the cigarette up. I've never really had gumbo. I think I might have, but I don't remember. But it was still good. It was a soup, though. So you have to be careful mixing the liquids and the solids, because it makes you... Stayed away from the bread. I did take a little nibble of some bread, and then I was like, no, I'm, not feeling that. Had a couple bites of the chicken. It came with a bechamel sauce, which was amazing. So I, and then for dessert, we got strawberry cheesecake. And oh my fucking God, it was heaven. I took 2 bites of my cheesecake, little bites, and I said, you know what? I'm done. I'm gonna fucking lose my fucking life. And so yeah, but I chose mashed potatoes as on as one of the sides aside from the zucchini. But I ended up wrapping it all up anyway. Just took it home. I just had a little bit more of the cheesecake because oh my God, cheesecake. But he asked me, the dude Matt, he said, can I have a cannoli every now and then? And I said, well, it depends how you handle your food, And that's really what it is. You know, you're as you go along, you're growing and you're learning. You know, growing in the sense of your palate has changed because you haven't eaten these foods in so long, and your stomach has changed because it won't tolerate certain foods because because of the surgery. It's basically a baby's stomach. You know, you have to retrain it all over again. And while yes, my stomach has grown, and I can eat a good amount, it's still a lot less than I would have eaten before. You know, and it's all about knowing your portion, knowing what portion you're at, what portions you can eat without feeling full or feeling like you're going to be violently ill, because that's never fun. That's not how you want to work out your core muscles, by vomiting your guts up, losing your freaking life, as my girlfriend calls it. But all in all, it's about being happy in your own skin, and I am extremely, extremely happy in my own skin right now, and I will be even more happy in the future with this successful weight loss journey. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for commenting and liking all your comments. I love them so much. So please, please feel free to leave comments. Whether good or bad, whatever. Just leave your comments. I love them. They keep me motivated. You guys keep me pushing, all the time. And that's about all I got. So I will see you guys next week. And Matt, thank you, brother.